We've all been to the zoo. But what happens when we're not watching?
Silly bugger.
In this series, we've put cameras in places the public never normally gets to see.
Every animal has some sort of personality. Not two are the same.
Sometimes there is that temptation to just climb in and spoon with them, but no, get sacked.
A world leader in preserving endangered species, Chester Zoo is home to 20,000 animals.
Right, breakfast time.
Filmed over 10 months, these are their stories. New rivalries, new love affairs, and new arrivals.
It's amazing, isn't it?
For the keepers who care for them, this is more than just a job.
There's always a danger that something could go wrong.
You try to do your best.
Welcome to the secret life of the zoo.
The more time I spend working with animals, the more it actually teaches me about humans.
It's 7 a.m. and Chester's penguins are getting ready for another day.
It sounds really daft, but some of the animals here I've known longer than my wife. And they get under your skin.
The island is home to 41 rare Peruvian Humboldt penguins.
I've always said that the Penguin Island is a bit like a soap opera. We used to regard the penguins as being quite monogamous. It transpires that they're not quite as loyal to their partners as we first thought.
But one couple is different. Spike and Rud have stayed loyal for their entire lives.
Have Rud and Spike ever had any relationship issues?
Well, no. They've actually one pair that have been really consistent. I refer to them as Darby and Joan. They're kind of the old couple that live at the back of the hill.
They'll both be in there. It's always the same box. At the back behind the waterfalls, their little desired residence.
Spike's now 19 and Rud's 22. They're the oldest pairing on the island.
What's Spike like?
She's a tough old broad.
And what about Rud?
Rud's a bit of a character. I don't know if it's because he has this little limp. You know, but you tend to sort of see him you spot him on the island.
You sometimes wonder when you're kind of waddling over and you think, ah, blimey, mate, where's your Zimmer frame? But he's so stoic about the way he goes about his day-to-day duties, you can't help but just admire him.
Penguins don't normally live beyond 15 in the wild. Because of his old age, the keepers are concerned that Rud may not last another winter.
I think when an animal gets very old, you tend to sort of spend so much time with him. You get quite fond of him, obviously. Some of them have characters and that, you know, and you do miss them.
The penguins are just one of Chester's many rare and endangered species of animals. All of them live very different lives to their cousins in the wild. This year, Over 100 of the zoo species are on the move as Chester goes through the biggest expansion in its history.
When you're moving animals, it's a really stressful time. It would be great if we could just show them some pictures of their new enclosure and say, look what we've got for you. And then you can look forward to it, but unfortunately we don't have that.
One of the last families to relocate will be the Sumatran tigers. Father Fabi has lived here for 6 years. He shares the enclosure with his partner, Karana, and their young cubs.
We have one male taupan who is really confident, like he must be number one of the three of them. And then Jaya is the other male cub. He's a bit more sort of observant. He likes to just kind of sit and take it all in. And then the female cub, Kasana, she's quite small, but she's also the most nervous. But she's very close to her mum. Sometimes you'll see the adult tigers out on an open bit of grass and the boys will be there playing with Dad and she will hang back. Fabs! Hello, darling. I know.
The tiger's new home cost £2 million to build. It has a vantage point, a swimming pool and heated rocks.
When we first saw the original designs, we were like, wow, you know, this is going to be brilliant for them. And it is a lovely enclosure, you know, but you have to kind of think of it from their point of view because this is their home and they're used to it.
Lucy has spent the past 4 months training the family to get used to the moving crates.
You all right? Good boy. Getting the right little monsters.
Her main concern is that little cub Kasana can cope with the upheaval.
Kasana? Oh, I don't think she's going to come in here with you monsters, is she? Little savages.
We are savages.
It's a bit more delicate working with Kasana because she's not so accepting of me. Is the crate empty yet? It can make her a bit jumpy. Okay. Hey, beautiful. Hello. Come on then, monkey. The tigers don't understand what's going to happen to them. For them, it's just a scary thing. Like, one day they go in the crate and they get some treats and they go out of the crate, and then one day they go in the crate and all of a sudden the crate's being moved around and lifted around on vehicles and it's noisy and it's scary. And, you know, for animals, it's a lot more frightening, I think, than it is for humans.
Almost all of Chester's keepers are preparing their animals for the move. Others are busy trying to find new ways of preserving some of the world's rarest species.
Reptiles and the invertebrates. A lot of people don't really give them any attention or give them the credit they're due. But the bottom line of it is, if they all died off and they all disappeared, then one, we wouldn't be alive. All the other cute, fluffy things that we think are lovely wouldn't be here. They are just as important as all the other animals that are endangered.
In the tropical house, Chester's prized Montserrat tarantula is being groomed for a date with destiny.
The male is known as NT16, and if I'm honest, he's a bit of a douche. He's one of the more aggressive males we've got. He'd be the friend that would turn up at a party and you'd be like, oh, for God's sake. The guy that you like, he's cool and stuff, but he would get on your nerves. He's a bit of a show-off.
Tyrone is attempting to mate NT16 with a female. If he's successful, it will be the first time they've ever been bred in captivity.
The male, he's created a sperm web just yesterday, so yeah, basically he's pretty much ready to go. Without sounding disgusting, he's pretty much covered himself in sperm. It's the first time we've ever seen a sperm web made. You can see that he's made a white web in there. So what he'll do is he'll lay on his back underneath here, and he'll create the web, and he'll deposit sperm all the way along. He'll then jump out, stand on top of it, and use his pedipalps, part of the front of him, to literally just gather up and soak up all the sperm for ready when he meets the female.
When they were young, Spike and Rud were amongst Penguin Island's most successful breeders. But age is taking its toll on the couple. This morning, Spike is alone, and Rud is nowhere to be seen.
Mr. Rud! Rud! Hello? Without you. You're not Rud. Rud, come on. Where is he? Is he in bed still? Rud! You're in bed still. A bit lazy this morning.
In recent years, Rud's developed arthritis in his hips. He's finding it increasingly difficult to get around the enclosure.
Go on, Rud!
Rud? Oh, you can see a change in the old guy now. He's getting a bit older, he's getting a bit slower. Just think he finds it difficult to walk.
If it becomes to that stage where he really cannot walk anymore and he stays in his box and he doesn't go anywhere, then yeah, it might be kinder to put him to sleep.
In a few days' time, Rud will be examined by the vet to decide what's best for his future.
Losing animals is never easy. What we can't do is let an animal just fritter away. It'd be the wrong end for such a great character. But we'll cross that bridge if and when we come to it.
It's 9 a.m. The zoo staff are making their final preparations before the public arrive.
These are the bane of my life at the moment, the tops on these drink tip bottles. Because if they get thrown in the pool, you can't see them, and the penguins can swallow those and they can die. So that's my bugbear at the moment, these. And hairbands.
At 10, Chester opens its gates. And the keepers are preparing breakfast for the penguins.
Those fish are getting small again.
13 kilos of fish with vitamin supplements.
I don't know, it's almost like a kind of nurse, kind of social worker type thing, because you're just making sure everything's okay for them, from little to old, and just making sure that they get a good quality of life. These are fish eater tablets, because the fish comes in the frozen blocks and the vitamins go out of them, so you've got to replace it. But it's quite easy because it just goes in like here at the back of the gills here, so the birds don't realise they're getting any kind of, anything in there. With old age, there will be things cropping up. We look after some of our animals in the zoo so well that we do get to this stage where they're really, really old. Are these the...
Each morning, they also provide Rud with his own special breakfast.
These are glucosamine tablets for Rud, because he's got stiff joints at the moment, so he has his own private collection of little tablets here. Morning, Rud.
It's approaching breeding season,
Good boy.
and Rud's been finding it hard to stand his ground against the younger penguins.
I don't know whether they can sense that Rud's getting older now, and they think, oh, maybe we've got a chance now.
Rud did get a bit of a pasting from an unknown assailant. They're quite aggressive. We've had birds that have tried to muscle in on his woman, if you like.
People tend to think that it's sort of cute and cuddly and that, you know, and yeah, they do have their appearance is very cute and very appealing, you know, because they waddle towards you and everything. They're very stocky. If you pick one up, they're solid like a little Jack Russell. Like a massive tuna or something, you know, boof on the work surface. They're really solid little things.
There's a huge amount of muscle there, and got a very sharp serrated bread knife on the front of the face, which is, yeah, it'll give you a bit of grief.
Oh, morning.
Later today, the tiger family will be taken to its new home. The keepers hope that parents Fabi and Karana will help settle the cubs during this process.
The relationship between Fabi and Karana are pretty good, but they have their moments. It would be hard to say which one was the more dominant, because sometimes Fabi will win in an argument and sometimes Karana will win. And sometimes she just winds him up for the sake of it.
Nearly 4 years ago, the pair had their first litter. Fabi was with Karana throughout the birth. Since then, he's had to learn how to be a father.
It's very unusual for the males to be around. Wild tigers wouldn't raise cubs together in pairs.
Do you think he's a good dad then?
He's brilliant, actually. He is really good. They're allowed to approach him and they'll be jumping on him and biting his tail and pulling his ears, and he's basically not allowed to respond at all. If he turns any kind of sort of temper on them, she'll go after him and give him a whack.
As well as policing Fabi, the keepers hope Karana will be there to comfort little Kasana.
All of the life stages that they went through as cubs, she was always a little bit slower than the boys. She's hanging around close to her mum, sort of head rubbing her mum for reassurance.
The tigers are category red animals, amongst the most dangerous that live here in Chester. And today's move will be particularly risky.
It is a real big deal, and you never really know how they're going to react. Sometimes fear exhibits itself in aggression. But, you know, they just don't understand where they are or what to do.
In the last year, 4 keepers have been killed by tigers, like Fabi and Karana in other zoos.
Those sorts of events that happen do just make you realise how dangerous it can be, and just not to let your guard down.
The whole Big Cat team have arrived to help with the move.
Moving 5 tigers in one day is going to be a bit of a challenge for us. It's going to be enormous.
Fabi will be moved first, followed by the 2 male cubs, Topan and Jaya, who will travel together. Kasana will be with her mum, Karana.
That ain't moving. She will hear the tractor, she will hear lots of voices. All these things we will try and keep to a minimum.
We've got tigers on the back, they've got to stop. You'll have to shift it for 5 minutes, mate, please.
It takes 2 hours to move the family, and finally they arrive in their new home.
Chris, on a slope. The strap will do it. All right. It's a slope. All right, let's put them together now.
All right.
Are we all ready? You do yours, then Lucy, then this one, then that one. Dave, we're going to open them all up then.
Come on, it's okay.
Dana, kill that.
The move has gone smoothly, but the keepers have no idea what the impact will be on their relationship with the tigers.
It is a real big deal. We try to see things how they see things, and if they're frightened, it's not good for us.
It's vital that the keepers build a bond of trust with the animals that they care for. But not all of Chester's inhabitants have had a good history with humans. With the old tiger house now empty, there's room at the zoo for a new family.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, lift.
This is the light one.
Who's facing backwards? Hi, Millie.
Yeah, just leave these two.
Malayan sun bears, Millie and Tony, have just arrived from a Kent animal sanctuary.
Right, I'm going to leave you guys in here. Just keep an eye on her. Millie? Come on, then. I have a soft spot for bears. The story of Millie and Tony pulls on your heartstrings a little bit because of how they were brought up originally. Their parents were snared, shot. Cubs were then taken and sold to be somebody's pets, so they could then have had a fairly horrendous existence. What's this? Oh, hey?
Tim and his team must do all they can to settle in the new arrivals.
Tango, come on then. Come on then. Good kid. Come on then. Last one. Here you go. It is that calm, quiet persona that you need around these animals. How you greet them in the morning, that's the start of it. That's the start of understanding the animals, and that's the start of them bonding with you.
It's a big day, big man. Hey? Oh dear. Here we go, guys. Nice and steady, sweetie.
The old tiger enclosure will be a big change from their previous home.
And he's out.
It's the first time Millie and Tony will have seen trees since they were snatched from the jungle. It's 3 p.m. and afternoon feeding time for Chester's penguins.
Go on then, sweetie.
The keepers have come to take Rud to the vet's clinic.
Are you coming down the vet with us?
Yeah, I'll meet you down there if you want.
His partner Spike doesn't know it, but he may not be returning.
Hiya, we've got Rud. We're taking him down to the vet lab now. Bloody hell, Rud, what are you doing? You're getting heavy in there, little man. Stop wriggling.
Steve the vet needs to determine if the arthritis in Rud's hip is causing him unnecessary suffering.
Come on then, sweetie. Where he is. Hi, baby.
It's a mechanical issue. So it does vary a bit. I mean, this surface is very flat.
Yeah.
And to me, he's short stepping, which means he's not taking as long a stride a little bit on the left.
Yeah.
If Rud's condition has worsened, he may need to be put to sleep.
Okay, Sally, if you want to sort of guide him into the loving hands of Anne.
With Rud away, the younger males in the colony have spotted an opportunity. But Spike doesn't appear to be interested.
No, he's so well behaved. He's so well behaved. Star little man.
The vets have decided that Rud needs a full examination. He's put under a general anaesthetic.
He's getting into the twilight years of his life as a penguin. Things start to degenerate and wear down, whether you're a penguin, whether you're a person, whether you're a dog, and we have to make sure that the welfare of animals is paramount.
All right, I know, it smells funny.
We're the only ones who will speak on behalf of the animals because they can't speak for themselves.
Can you feel him relaxing?
Just move your head a bit. Yeah, that's a good boy.
It's never easy.
But he's got a little bit of tension in those legs, which means he's light.
Animals get sick. Animals will die ultimately.
Oh, he's bigger than the average.
The last thing we want is for Rud to be in pain.
It's right on the point of the stifle, which is good.
That bag's moving nicely, isn't it?
He is allowing me to put them in where I need to go, but he is a little bit tense. So, okay, if I can ask everybody to please leave the room. We try very hard not to play God. Because if you keep an animal alive for longer, once he's in pain, to me, that's playing God.
Back in Chester, 22-year-old Rud's X-ray results have just come in.
Do you want to have a look at the X-rays? Yeah. Okay, comparing like with like. This one's from 2011, when he first sort of started to show signs of maybe he would have arthritis, to today.
Despite his old age, his joints are faring surprisingly well.
Stifle, and you can see that what we're seeing today is really no change what we saw in 2013. I got no grinding and no, he actually has really good, relatively good motion. A little bit reduced full extension.
Rud has been given the all clear. The vet is happy to sign him off and send him back to Penguin Island.
Oh, are you ready? Go on then. Oh, somebody in that box.
Oh, but isn't this there?
There is. He's all right.
Hello, sweetheart.
Look that box.
Go on the other one. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, we can feed him after break.
But he and Spike will have to wait before they're reunited. Rud is still under the effects of the anaesthetic. So the keepers have put him in the nursery pool with the colony's youngest fledglings. As soon as the drugs wear off, the keepers will be able to put the couple back together. In a secret storeroom in the tropical house, Keeper Tyrone is setting out to make zoological history.
He's feisty.
Rare Montserrat tarantula NT16 is about to be introduced to a female who's been waiting to meet him.
So yeah, when we mix them, you can go one of two ways, well, three ways really. It could absolutely nothing happen. An awful lot happen when they actually get a successful pairing, or you can get eaten.
Around 50% of male tarantulas are killed during or after mating.
Worse.
And NT16 appears to be having second thoughts about his first and possibly only sexual encounter.
Oh, don't, Wally. What are you doing up there?
Tarantula mating is not the easiest thing. It's a completely different way of doing things. There isn't another animal in the world that does it like a tarantula does. It's quite nerve-wracking because it could go really either way. It's down to me as a keeper to sort of play referee, if you like.
The female, known as W6, has recently shed her outer skeleton and regrown her genitalia, ready for mating.
He'll start to shake, he'll start to sort of vibrate, he'll shake his rump and he'll start to just like sort of stamp and jump on the ground. That'll get the female's attention. And usually the female won't want anything, she'll just want to kill him. Then she'll rear up, she'll show her fangs, she'll show her aggression, and then he'll go in and lift them fangs back with the hooks on his arms to make sure they don't sink into the back of his head. And then he'll go underneath with his pedipalps, touch her lady parts with his pedipalps that have been soaked in sperm and her fangs sinking into the top of him. They usually get in and out as quickly as they can, and then they'll run for their lives, basically. It looks like he's ready to come out.
It will be at least a month until the keepers know if the mating was successful. The tigers are getting their first sight of their brand new home. Dad, Fabi, is the first to investigate. But Mum, Kirana, and the cubs don't appear keen to follow him.
I hope that the relationships between them isn't strained because they're frightened and then they might take it out on each other. That's kind of how they are in the wild. They get a territory and then they want to be the biggest, baddest tiger.
Soon afterwards, male cubs Topan and Jaya follow their father.
They do sit and watch everything he does and try to copy him.
But little Kasana is nervous of leaving the den.
The female cub, because she is that bit more nervous, Kirana has so much more patience with her than she does with the boys.
Eventually, Kasana ventures out But when Mum leaves to find food, Kasana finds herself alone.
Animals, if they go through a bad experience and you've been sort of instrumental in that process, then you can lose their trust.
It's a new day, and the animals in Chester are approaching the end of a busy week. Sun bears Millie and Tony arrived here 3 days ago.
I'm having that log pile.
They were taken from the jungle when they were still cubs and have spent their entire adult lives in captivity. So the keepers must hide food and honey to teach them how to forage.
We do try to provide them as much environmental enrichment as we can, giving them things that encourage more natural type behaviours. So keep changing things within the enclosure. It keeps it fresh and new and interesting for them. Should keep them busy for a little bit. They were both really confident going out. He was a little more nervous than she was. Vehicles going past, for example, he would he'd go back up on his legs and have a really good look, and we did see him scamper up a few of the trees.
He was a little bit more nervous. He wanted to make sure everything was right. He wanted to make sure there were no other bears in the enclosure. So that's why he went round and explored everything from top to bottom.
She was highly confident. She was out there mooching around straight away, looking for the food that we'd hidden around. Just looking to investigate their enclosure, really. It's not something that maybe they've ever seen before.
Yeah. I think it was him that went up the tree, yeah.
They're actually showing all the natural behaviours that we'd want them to do, you know. He was up in the top of the trees, eating all the berries and fruits, breaking the branches that he couldn't get close enough to, and he's been building nests in every tree.
Do you think it's a happy home for them now?
I think they are very settled.
So you're happy when your animals are happy?
I'm happy when my animals are happy, yeah, absolutely. I'm ecstatic.
The tigers are settling in too. But little Kasana is still nervous about being left alone. Lucy has a plan to help Mother Karana put the little one more at ease.
Each keeper has their different ways of working with animals, but I think the more time you spend with them, then that's how the trust builds. You understand from their body language or from their vocalisations maybe a little bit about how they're feeling, and so you can kind of anticipate what they want to a certain extent and try to make that happen.
So you're going to take that to her, please? Come on, because she hasn't had any food. Good girl.
8 days since their move, the whole tiger family appears to have made itself at home.
I'm really impressed at how they really support each other. Quite often they can be quite grumpy with each other, but then when it comes down to it and they feel afraid, they were really had each other's back, so we'd be fine.
And little Kasana and her brothers have started exploring. Back in Penguin Island, Rud is waiting to be reunited with Spike.
There he is.
Hello, sulky dwarf.
Hello. Are you hungry?
I know. You're ever so good this morning. Very proud of you.
Because you're wolfing them down. You come in? Rud. Go on, good boy. Come on, go on. Come on. Go on, off you go.
Boy.
You know where you're going.
See you later.
Have fun.
Whee!
Go on then. Go and find Spike. Go on. Oh. There you go. Straight in the water. Hey? He's gone straight in.
Brilliant.
Gone for a swim.
Good, good.
They clearly wanted to be together because that was the first thing that Rud did, was go and find Spike. They were happy to see each other. She probably asked him where he'd been, and he probably said he'd been for a pint. It's kind of nice when you see them run up to each other and they stretch their necks up and they bray out. You can kind of see them relax almost. Yeah, it's nice.
A month since filming, Tyrone's tarantulas have both survived their coupling, but there are no signs of a pregnancy. So NT16 will have to risk his life again.
It's not something you'd really enjoy, but he just shows you the kind of length that they'll go to. Not every man would put their life at risk, really, would they?
The sun bears have grown more and more confident in their new surroundings.
In an ideal world, maybe we wouldn't necessarily need zoos, but unfortunately we don't live in an ideal world, and they are a 21st century essential, really, to keep species like the Malayan sun bear going.
The keepers think there's a strong possibility that Millie and Tony might be expecting.
Now that we have rescued these bears, one day we might get some little baby sun bears, which would be the icing on the cake, really.
And for the old couple, their bonds are as strong as ever.
They'll just carry on. Big a nice old couple in the back there, having a sleep, having tea. Just carry on as best they can.
There's life on the old dog yet. Yeah, you can't keep him down. He's a tough old fella. Getting back to normal, and everybody needs normality in their lives, even penguins.
As Spike and Rud head off to bed, the rest of Chester's animals settle down for the night. next week.
I think I heard some scuffling.
We discover the secret life of the aardvark. Some of the world's rarest frogs go dating in a quest for survival.
These frogs need to have babies, like, right now.
And there's a new arrival in the giraffe enclosure.
It's amazing, isn't it?
When it opened in the 1930s, Chester was the first UK zoo without bars. It's still a pioneer now, keeping species alive which are fast becoming extinct in the wild.
The zoo is like Noah's Ark. The animals on the ark having loads of babies, and then when we pull up to harbour, just let them all off and they can go and do their own thing. And then we'll just, like, you know, sit back, have a cup of tea, not worry about it.
It's 8 a.m. and breakfast time for the zoo's giraffe family. There are less than 1,500 Rothschild giraffes left on the planet. 8 live here in Chester. And soon they'll have a new addition. 7-year-old Orla is in the final stages of her pregnancy.
All giraffes can be quite sensitive, but Orla is the most sensitive out of everybody. If we have any maintenance work in the giraffe house or something new, it could be as small as a screw, or it could be as small as some cameras from a film crew being put up there, I know that that giraffe is thinking, what is that? What is that in there?
Orla's calf will be the second baby in the herd this year. Both have been fathered by a new male, Meru.
Mr. Meru. Yeah, Meru came from Germany about 3 years ago now. He's a young dad, actually. He did catch Orla quite early on. Meru's just coming into that stage now where he's just putting his weight about, trying to show who's boss. A teenager, that's what it's like.
The keepers believe Orla's calf could be born any day now. But each birth is unpredictable and can be risky.
Discovering one's pregnant is exciting. It's exciting for all the staff. It's just for me as a manager, I obviously worry about things. Is there going to be any problems carrying it? Is there going to be any problems giving birth?
The Rothschild giraffes are just one of the species here that are at risk of extinction. It can take years before they learn to breed in captivity, and some never do. In a special climate-controlled unit lives one of the most precious species in the zoo.
Mountain chicken frogs are the monsters of the amphibian world, really. Like, these frogs the females can get up to 900 grams. They've got the nicest, happy, smiley faces. The big eyes are for hunting at night.
When you see the frogs in the exhibit and then somebody asks you, say, honey, can I have a look? And you show the frog and you say,
the mountain chicken frog is one of the most endangered animals in the world. The keeper's plan is to breed new generations and take them back to their native habitat.
They're found on the islands of Dominica and Montserrat, and the numbers have dropped to such a low point that they're not going to be able to sustain their populations by themselves in the wild. On the island of Dominica, I think the last survey said there was about 40 individuals. Then on Montserrat, we have 2, literally a boy and a girl. It's as bad as it gets.
There are 4 UK zoos trying to breed the species. If none of them succeed, the frogs are likely to become extinct. At Chester, there are 7 female frogs and 2 lucky males. The keepers must get them to reproduce. But there's a problem. With all the animals in together, the females have been refusing to commit to either partner.
There's been a lot of nest box hopping, there's been a lot of partner swapping. It's a bit like, you know, Frog University. They're not going to settle down anytime soon. They're going, you know, dating different frogs, they're hopping around.
The keepers hope that putting one couple in isolation will produce the desired results. But even the best-made plans sometimes backfire.
Any zookeeper that works with aardvarks will tell you that they're really, really hard to sex because their bits and pieces look the same if you're a boy or a girl. So initially we thought we had a pair, so it was going to be Tatsu and Himba were going to be boy and girl breeding. But then we realised that Tatsu was a girl.
After the zoo discovered that Tatsu and Himba were both females, they acquired a juvenile to keep them company. Oni. Kirsten has been looking after them for a year.
Aardvarks are a species that I've always wanted to work with. I think it's because they're weird and they're underappreciated. They're the most gorgeous looking creatures. They've got bunny ears, tail of a kangaroo, they look like a pig and they sleep all day. What's not to love about that?
Hello.
Hi.
The aardvark's natural habitat is sub-Saharan Africa, where they dig deep burrows to sleep all day underground.
See these amazing claws and amazing feet, perfect for digging. Pretty cool, huh?
They do the same here in Chester. But once a day, Kirsten wakes them up for their favourite snack.
It's basically kind of like a termite soup, which is pretty grim to us, but to them, they really like it. You're getting up and all. What's this?
What do you think it tastes like?
Kind of sour. I might have had some in my mouth accidentally one time.
After lunch, the aardvarks go back to sleep until evening, when they will finally have their main meal.
We come in the morning and the paddock is trashed. And we just think, God, they've had a fun night last night. But we don't get to see it. I wish I could actually come in and see them at night time. Because you get to know their characters a lot better.
It's the end of the day, and the giraffe team must prepare Orla for the evening. Tonight, they're moving her to a separate area, so she's not disturbed by the others.
Prior to a giraffe giving birth, we set up a stall ready. You could still see the giraffes and interact with them over the fence line, but it's a safe pen for when she does give birth. And the bed they give birth on is like a nice deep litter, so when the calf drops 6 foot to the ground, it has to have like a nice cushion so it doesn't hurt it.
Coming through. Come on then. You're coming through. Dalma, good lass. Tula, good girl. Good lass. Kanzi, Millie, Arla.
After 15 months of pregnancy, Orla is now 2 weeks overdue. In the wild, giraffes often give birth overnight. the keepers believe the baby must come soon.
You know, like a person giving birth, 9 months is quite a long time, but 14 months, they get slower, you can just see they've had enough. It'd be sad for us to see anything go wrong at this stage because, we've waited such a long time. The worst case scenario is that we could lose the mother or the calf during the labour.
It's 7 p.m. at Chester Zoo, and the animals are alone, getting ready for evening. In the aardvark enclosure, the youngest, Oni, is up bright and early and looking for someone to play with. Finally, Oni persuades her older companions to join in.
Because they're nocturnal, they are very elusive creatures. And this is one of the things I love most about them. At night time, they are super active. And no one ever gets to see it. It's kind of like the secret world of the aardvark.
Oni is digging into the log Kirsten put in the enclosure earlier on.
Hey. She's digging. She's heard us. Her ears have just gone off.
It's the first time Kirsten has seen them in activity at night.
So she knows we're here. She's sniffing the air. There's one here as well. And they're so chilled. This is quite a magical experience, to be honest. I've never seen them at night time before. And obviously this is them. This is how they should be. This is what an aardvark's all about, is being active at night time. So to be here and see it, I mean, it's not something that the public get to see. So I feel pretty special. Bless them. There'll be wood lice and little ants and whatnot in that log, so she'll be loving it. Because, you put things in, and in the morning, I'll come in and they'll be torn to shreds, but you never actually get to see them doing it. That's a zebra. And I just nearly soiled myself.
It's now 4 in the morning. And in the giraffe enclosure, something's stirring.
You worry. Is she going to have problems giving birth? I just wanted everything to go right on the day. All you want is a healthy baby on the ground.
As Orla goes into labour, the baby's father, Meru, is by her side. At 6:15, Orla's labour intensifies, and the rest of the herd gathers around.
All the other giraffes will be spectating when Orla's giving birth. All wanting to help out, wanting to get in there. It's very tense for the first few seconds when it is lying motionless. You're really looking to see if there's a breath.
At 6:50 a.m, Orla gives birth to a 70-kilo baby.
The mother will start to groom the calf, just cleaning it up really, and that kind of stimulates the breathing. The other giraffes, they're all very interested. It's like bringing your child home for the first time. They're all there, they all want to see it, they all want to be the first one to touch it.
After just 10 minutes, the newborn makes its first attempt to stand up. And the first keepers are arriving at the zoo, having heard news of Orla's new arrival.
Hi Nick, it's Fee. We've got a baby. Yay! It's just being groomed by Mum now.
Let's see.
Quiet, nice and quiet. Nice and quiet. Just spoke to him.
Oh, look at this in the corner. Oh, Mary.
On the other side of the zoo, things aren't going so well. The mountain chicken frogs are still failing to breed. So the amphibian and reptile team have come up with a plan to encourage them. They're creating a love nest, modelled on their native habitat.
This is where they're going to settle down and raise the kids.
Cottage in the countryside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great schools nearby.
Then they'll select a single male and female to live there in the hope they'll finally pair up.
We're moving the male first to get settled in and really feel like he's the boss of the place. So hopefully he'll feel really macho, and as soon as we then put the female in, he'll be calling away from the nest box, trying to entice her into the nest and hopefully have some babies. But I can't find any frogs. Oh, hello.
There are two possible suitors. Dominant number 68 and the underdog, number 66.
If I'm honest, out of the two males we've got, he's not the top dog, he's not the biggest. He keeps trying, but the other one keeps chasing him away from the girls.
But Frog 66 is muscular, and keepers think that if they remove his competition, he could be the one to save the species.
Drop him into the water here. He can bounce out if he wants to.
He's playing it cool, he's excited. I can tell.
Next door,
Hello.
lucky match for Frog 66 is female number 23.
Yay, this is her. Yeah, she's a pretty one. She's a nice big chunky one, nice bright eyes. If you see like a nice chunky female with big thighs, she is like the hottest mountain chicken. You'll feel like you've really done a good job of making her like she's a sexy frog. Well, come on, Bobbit. I'm a bit disappointed that the male hasn't come out to greet her. That's kind of typical. Like, doesn't he know that this is the one of the biggest moments in his species history?
Now all that remains is to introduce the two frogs. and hope that they can save the species.
Hopefully when the lights go off tonight, he'll start calling, hopefully from inside the nest box, and trying to, like, you know, come hither, come into my nest box.
The froggy animals, the amphibians, you know, if they were all to go extinct,
Yeah.
why do they matter?
Frogs and amphibians in particular are kind of really good indicators of what's going on out in the wild. They are the canary down the mine, if you like. As soon as they go, it is literally a matter of time before larger animals, you know, start to die as well.
Orla's calf is an hour and a quarter old. Giraffe House is being closed to the public so that mother and baby can spend the vital first few days together.
Oh, he's so cute. They need that special bonding time, a few days, even a week, to get close to the calf before they're introduced back to the rest of the herd.
Are they cuter than baby elephants?
At this stage, definitely.
Yeah.
Baby elephants
The baby giraffe has yet to take its first steps.
After an hour or so, or even less, they could start trying to stand, and that is quite funny to watch. And also hearts in your mouth because they take a couple of tumbles as well, just getting used to their little legs. Oh God, it's so painful to watch. I love the instinct. It's amazing, isn't it?
Giraffes do stand up really quick when they're born. They need to stand up to be able to reach the udder.
Only an hour and a half after it was born, the new giraffe is standing up and beginning to suckle from its mother.
Once it's up, standing and suckling, then it's happy days for us.
How do you think they know that stuff?
I don't know. If I could find out a way of talking to a giraffe, I'd let you know.
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Many of the animals have lived here for decades. But as they grow older, their capacity to produce offspring inevitably decreases. Philippine cockatoo Renton has been courting Magenda for just over 6 months, and they appear to still enjoy each other's company.
It's a very tactile relationship, very close. They sit next to each other and they alloprene, which is where they'll use their beak to kind of preen the feathers, normally on the back of the neck. They mate for life and they remain utterly committed to their partner.
But if the wrong pairing is made, the male cockatoo can get violent with their partner.
You often find the case that birds just do not like each other. As a result, there's the risk of aggression. We had a pair and the male in question basically killed the female.
To avoid birds that don't get on being forced together, Chester's keepers have devised an innovative matchmaking scheme.
We designed and built I suppose, for the want of a better word, a dating agency for Philippine cockatoos, where the female would have a pick of all the eligible bachelors that we had on site at the time.
The breeding programme led to the zoo's first successful pairing, and the first ever Philippine cockatoo hatched in a UK zoo.
It took 19 years of my time to achieve, and it's something I was very proud of. I did get into trouble with my wife because I said it was the most important day including my wedding day and the birth of my first son. But she's married to a zookeeper, so she's understanding.
In Renton, Maganda's chosen a gentle partner, but there's a problem that could stop them from having chicks.
Oh, then you two.
Renton is 17 years older than Maganda, and he's got a hip complaint, so keepers fear he could no longer breed.
Come on, big boy, let's see you. Come on. You're not moving very well. We think that Renton suffered a broken bone a number of years ago, which has healed, which has resulted in rheumatoid arthritis. We're not sure whether Renton's condition, whether his hips will allow him to actually perform that act. But when you have an animal that is so clever, if they really want to mate, then they'll work a way around it.
It will be years before Maganda is old enough to have chicks. So the keepers have to make sure Renton gets back to fitness.
What's that, eh?
By the time she reaches maturity.
He's got 4 years to woo with chocolates and flowers or whatever it is that Philippine cockatoos do, and hopefully he will work his magic.
It's the morning after the night before for the mountain chicken frogs.
Oh, frog on the floor.
The species is almost extinct in the wild. And to save it, the zoo must find a way to breed them in captivity.
You're naughty. Shouldn't be out here. Did he upset you? Did he? He said the wrong thing.
For Pip and the keepers, this is just the latest in a long run of setbacks.
I'll just give them a little spray.
They've been trying to get the conditions right for breeding since the frogs arrived in the zoo back in 2011.
As each kind of month goes on, and as we kind of come in and out of breeding seasons, it does feel bigger and bigger that these frogs need to have babies like right now.
Days later, the keepers come up with a new plan. Mating calls downloaded from a phone.
We'll pause it, put it in, press play, and then hopefully the little dude in there thinks, oh, it's breeding season, I meant to mate with my lady friend. That's the plan. Okay, we've got the technology good.
Yep.
Going in. Nothing to see here, guys. Just completely as per usual.
But as they play the recording into the enclosure, it looks like the wrong frog is winning over the female. Female number 23 is trying to get to the speaker.
Her little face. I don't want her to fall in love with a foreign male that is probably no longer with her. Okay, we'll see. I personally feel massive pressure. I rack my brain like pretty much every day, like what is it that we're doing different? What more do they want from us? Like what do we need to do?
Matchmaking in the animal world is far from straightforward. In the cockatoo enclosure, Renton's hip has been getting worse. So the parrot team is upping his regular fix of pain-killing drugs.
Come on, Renton. I didn't name Renton. I believe Renton is a character in a film, Trainspotting. Renton, do you want your meds? Here, mate. And I think it may be making reference to the fact that Renton takes drugs on a daily basis. Once he's had his medication, then he seems a happier bird. But certainly there's always a risk with cockatoos that they get jealous of another cockatoo getting attention.
Come on, you, missus.
So Renton receives a syringe of his pain relief, and Maganda gets a syringe of water.
Come on, sweetie, here we go.
It's kind of conning her slightly, but it works well.
Andy has been working with the cockatoos here since the 1990s. He spent the past year taking care of Renton.
Renton is very gentle for a Philippine cockatoo, an absolute gent. He's a good lad. You hear it all the time that zookeepers maintain a professional distance from their animals because they don't want to get too involved. Nah, can't do it. Their personalities are too strong. You can't help but form bonds, and you can't help but care.
The keepers are expected to treat all their animals the same. But they can't help having their own personal favourites. It's 4 p.m. and feeding time for the giant otters.
She's very, very noisy.
Chris has been taking care of them for the past year. Sisters Maxa and Runa live with their mother, Ikana.
Ikana is quite dominant for feeding. If she gets a chance to have all the food, she will get all the food. Max is very outgoing, very in your face, brash, will scream a lot. Whereas Runa is very, very cautious about stuff. And she sometimes misses out on a little bits of food here and there. That's it, now done. You got 3 bits. Yeah, you're gonna have some. It's not my fault, is it? Done now. You've had it all.
The pup's father, Chingu, fell ill and passed away in their enclosure. Since then, the sisters have united to support their mother.
He died 2 or 3 years ago, and one of the pups did try and bring him some food to try and feed him, which is quite an interesting emotion for an otter. You've got to have strong family, strong bonds, otherwise you wouldn't survive in the wild, basically.
Here in Chester, keeper contact with the animals is kept to a minimum, so the families don't lose the instinct they would have developed in the wild. The baby giraffe is now 5 days old.
You coming through then, girls?
The vets need to check that it's healthy,
Down there. Good girl, down there. Come on then.
so it will have contact with humans for the first time.
San you coming through?
For the keeper's safety, Orla must be put into a separate pen.
It's not the best experience, but it's something that has to be done. Are you ready? Some have tried to run when we've got hold of them. They can be strong, yeah.
It'll kick sideways.
Hey, I'll get on the other side. You get that side, I'll come this side. I've got him.
The keepers have to move as quickly as possible to minimise the distress for mother and calf.
You have to be really careful, the mothers that have just given birth, because she's just protecting her calf. You know, you want her to be like that. Do you think he looks quite tall, Len?
Yeah.
He's massive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
The baby is healthy, and the keepers discover he's a male.
Happy?
Happy's last
Okay.
one. Who's last one?
Me.
Okay, me. I've gone.
You two let go.
They name him Kidepo, after a nature reserve where some of the last Rothschild giraffes still live in the wild. In the secret frog love den, female number 23 has been in with male number 66 for 2 weeks. There's still no sign that they're getting on.
Do you think some frogs just don't fancy each other?
I don't know, because we have like a real good idea of what we think a really attractive male and female mountain chicken is. But there's definitely something that we're not able to like perceive that's going on between the frogs. So this is the female we want. C1167. They're the last few digits. Shall I hunt a new scan?
Yeah, it might be a better idea.
The keepers decide to remove 23 from the love nest and try a new female instead.
Look at the face. Oh, to you.
Can't see her.
Oh. Yay, got her. She's feisty. I like her.
Female number 67 is the most suitable candidate.
Hello.
But before she's introduced to a male,
Got froggies.
the keepers take her to the vet centre for a routine medical.
Got the female?
Yeah.
Just a bit of muscle here.
Bit baggy.
We'll see what it looks like.
On inspection, the keepers think she may have lost some weight.
Okay, so we'll do the same.
They decide to give her an ultrasound to see if they can find a cause.
Yeah, but it lost a bit of mass, definitely.
Yeah. She did seem so much smaller. Like when I picked her up in my hand, she felt a lot lighter, and you could just look at her body condition that she'd lost quite a lot of body weight.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing here, to be honest. I think the area where I would expect to see the gallbladder, I see something with a lot of debris.
Mountain chicken frogs are susceptible to a disease that has put them on the brink of extinction in the wild.
Does it poop?
Does feces, and when feces come like that, it's a bit worrying.
My heart just sank because I knew exactly what they meant by that. It's not bad.
It's bad.
We've only got 9 frogs here, so for one to die is like more than 10% of our breeding opportunity gone.
It's mid-afternoon in Chester, and most of the animals are back on show. But away from the public, in the vet centre, one of Chester's last mountain chicken frogs is giving cause for concern.
So ventilator on.
Okay, let's get on with it.
It's not looking good for her.
All this mucus around is all the feces.
Yeah, all that, yeah, but all this reddish bit.
Yeah.
Now this is looking horrible already. See? This ring of tissue. This is nice healthy intestine, this bit. Yeah? See that bit on the right at 3 o'clock? I'm sure that's a tumor. That white stuff is a tumor.
When these frogs get these tumours, there's very, very little chance of them coming back from it.
I don't think we need to go into the urinary bladder, to be honest. We need to call it a day. There's no way we can treat this one. There's no surgery you could do. I think we need to euthanize it.
If our mountain chickens keep dying, we're just not going to have enough to save a species.
If the keepers don't find a way to breed from the remaining few frogs, they fear there soon may be none left in the wild.
With sort of making that decision, when enough is enough, you're also kind of feeling the weight of their conservation importance.
Kidepo is now almost 2 weeks old. Today he will meet the rest of his family when he's released into the outdoor enclosure for the first time. Having a male is especially precious, because one day he could start his own herd, and there are less than 1,500 Rothschilds left on the planet. The keeper's main concern is how Meru will react to his new baby, as bull giraffes can be aggressive to other males, whatever their size.
I think he likes to show his authority. Giraffes are gentle giants, but they can be aggressive.
Go ahead.
About ready then?
Okay.
Neck swings are a way of establishing dominance.
He likes to test it. Meru! He likes to move it on.
But little Kidepo stands his ground.
Meru, why are you being a pain?
He bashed his own head.
Yeah.
After 5 minutes, Orla goes to look for Kidepo.
Good girl, Orla. That's right. You know what to do. She's coming to find him, which is really good, so it just shows how she's protective and doing what a good mum should do, really.
And Kidepo has taken his first steps to being accepted by his father. There have been more developments for the other animals in the zoo. Renton continues to woo Maganda, and for now the drugs are keeping his hip complaint at bay. Kirsten has hopes of expansion for the aardvark enclosure.
They like to be in an enclosed area. It makes them feel safe. What I would like to do would be to make an actual burrow for them inside.
And for the mountain chicken frogs, breeding season may be over, but the keepers haven't given up hope for saving the species.
We're already thinking about what we're going to do next year. We definitely want to kind of roll out the love nest, maybe make 1 or 2 more, maximising our chances of breeding so that hopefully at least one of the pairs will do it for us.
Once he's grown up, Kidepo will be sent to another zoo to keep his species alive. But for now, he's still Orla's little baby.
To breed an endangered species, to have it healthy, to mix it with the herd, to have them outside, and it to all go smooth is brilliant. He will go to another collection for breeding purposes and will continue the circle of life.
Next time, the young elephants in the herd have to get used to a new arrival. The mole rat queen gets ready to give birth on top of her subjects.
Naked mole rats, they're really weird.
And Mac, the zebra stallion, has a confidence crisis when he's put in the main enclosure.
Mac, unfortunately, is a very delicate ego. They've probably done a job on him.